Perfect timing. We're counting down to your local forecast details. They begin in less than 50 seconds from right now, and then stay tuned for our active weather segment coming up just ahead. In Montreal, still be active for us heading into Tuesday, 23 degrees. Warms up by the end of the weekend, though. Fredericton, stormy weather for us on Tuesday and Wednesday. Same story towards Halifax. In through Toronto, temperatures will be on the rise each and every day. While Tuesday's cool, the Humidex value by Thursday, it's creeping up past the 30 mark. For Windsor, 29 degrees on Tuesday, sunnier skies, and in through the prairies. It looks like today will be stormy for us in through southern Saskatchewan, and that trend continues for Tuesday, but a nice clearing trend heading into your Wednesday and Thursday. For Vancouver, Tuesday has a slight chance of rain showers, but Wednesday and Thursday don't look too bad. Temperatures are below seasonal by a few degrees over the next 5 days, however. Stay tuned for your local details. Gusty winds, and on Saturday night there were tornado warnings in place around London and Strathroy too, and because of the damage in and around the Lambton County area, Environment Canada still investigating whether or not a tornado did in fact touch down. We haven't heard anything yet, but when we do, we of course will let you know what their findings were. Northwestern Ontario right now, a line of thunderstorms moving through Sault Ste. Marie, around Wawa, Marathon as well, and in and around Val d'Or in Quebec, we could also be seeing some thunderstorms. And Environment Canada is saying with this, large size hail is certainly a risk, between 1 to 2 centimeters in diameter, and you could get the heavy downpours too, and that isolated severe thunderstorm risk really moves in and around the Ottawa Valley and towards Montreal too. But generally speaking, because of instability, a widespread risk through the overnight hours of thunderstorms around Toronto, south towards Windsor and London as well. You might see them in one area, but not the other. It's just that instability that could produce them. And then on Tuesday, Kingston, Ottawa, Montreal, chance of thunderstorms once again for the morning and afternoon, but it'll start to move out fairly quickly. Wednesday, looking a lot better there. Tuesday and Wednesday, things will get stormy in Saskatchewan and Manitoba, but it's all starting along the foothills of Alberta for this evening. And for the overnight hours, you could be seeing those nocturnal thunderstorms. This severe thunderstorm watch is still in place around Edson, Whitecourt, and Red Deer. And around Hinton, we could see some large-size hail for tonight.
Nicole Karkic, Gary Archibald here with your evening edition just ahead, and here's a look at some of the stories we'll be looking at as you continue your very long day covering the weather.
Gary, actually on our storm line today, a few callers in and around southern Ontario were saying, yay, we finally saw rain. And it's been desperately dry around the greater Toronto region towards Barrie. So we did welcome the rain. Southwestern Ontario, a bit of a different story. You've seen heavier rainfall over the past few weeks. And also some thunderstorms pushing through Sault Ste. Marie right now. We could see large size hail between 1 to 2 centimeters in diameter and pushing towards the Ottawa Valley and in through Val d'Or in Quebec. A look back at our rainfall totals here. Pearson Airport, 11 millimeters of rain. Clearwater here, 46 millimeters of rain in and around Trenton. And the numbers could be impressive once again overnight into tomorrow, particularly around Kingston towards Ottawa and Montreal, and even in through parts of northern Ontario. Now, there is this risk of seeing thunderstorms around Toronto and through Niagara Falls and Windsor for tonight. If we do see them, they'll be very random in nature, and we're just seeing them because of the instability in the atmosphere. But the system really is in the east, and it keeps on tracking into Tuesday. So Kingston, Ottawa, Montreal, a soggy start on your commute tomorrow. Temperatures much cooler. We won't see as high humidex values, but still unsettled there and through North Bay. And for the prairies, we are seeing conditions starting to deteriorate in Saskatchewan for this evening first, but just before that, we're starting to see those storms bubbling up right now in and around the foothills of Alberta. Hinton could see some large-size hail, thunderstorm potential through Edmonton and Calgary, and then eventually Saskatchewan will see the storms. And on Tuesday, here's that risk of seeing very strong thunderstorms, and our temperatures right around seasonal. By Tuesday, the stormy weather really returns for us in through the maritime provinces. Still a chance of storms towards Ottawa and Montreal too. Cooler conditions in Alberta, Edmonton, Calgary, cooler by about 5 to 10 degrees. And then the rain's going to start to push on through towards Saskatchewan and Manitoba on Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks fairly soggy there. Fair in BC. Actually, this week, it looks pretty dry in Vancouver. You could see some variable cloud cover each week. Temperatures around 20 degrees, but more importantly, it's staying fairly dry. Seasonal in southern Ontario and southern Quebec. Newfoundland now seeing some rain showers there. And on Thursday, breezy weather across Atlantic Canada, southern Ontario, chance of pop-up thunderstorms for the greater Toronto region. And unsettled, that's the best way to describe things for us across the prairies. Today and into the next few days, it's just the random instability in the atmosphere that could cause some pop-up thunderstorms. To end off the week, seasonal in the prairies and very stormy across southern Ontario and southern Quebec again. Thanks, Gary. I just got some shivers from looking at the video image of snow over there, and I've already seen fall clothes in the stores, so winter is sort of around the corner, right? Toronto, Pearson International Airport. We saw some summer thunderstorms in the overnight, 11 millimeters over there. Markham, 25 millimeters for us there. And through the overnight hours, chance of widespread thunderstorms across southern Ontario, through the Nickel Belt too. And Ottawa, Montreal, for tomorrow, yeah, the morning could start off a little bit unsettled with those thunderstorms continuing for you, even towards Kingston as well. Across the prairies, beginning tonight, isolated thunderstorms along the foothills of Alberta. Those could be quite severe in and around Hinton, Edson, Whitecourt too, but Edmonton, Calgary through the overnight, you could see some nocturnal thunderstorms, and these will start to march on through and push in through Saskatchewan, and by Tuesday, for sure, Saskatoon, south towards Regina and Brandon. There is a widespread risk of severe thunderstorms and still the risk of some thunderstorms in through Alberta. Now, here's the thing. We are seeing the rain showers push through in Alberta, but also with that, a big cool down in terms of our temperatures. Calgary, 19 degrees compared to about 27 on Monday. Big cool down. Vancouver, 20 degrees for you. The numbers are in from this morning's rains in southern Ontario. Trenton, 46 millimeters of rain, potentially more on the way heading into tomorrow. Pearson, 11 millimeters for you there. Windsor, 10 millimeters. But we did see big thunderstorms and lightning, so maybe looked a little bit more impressive in and around the greater Toronto region than the numbers reflected. But still the risk of isolated thunderstorms through southern Ontario, particularly around Kingston, the Ottawa Valley, and in through the Nickel Belt and around Sault Ste. Marie. We've seen some large size hail and could see gusty winds continuing through the overnight. Tuesday, it's really just eastern Ontario and now southern Quebec that's really going to see the risk of thunderstorms. And for tonight, heads up in Alberta, chance of large size hail along the foothills, Edson, Whitecourt, Hinton too. And then for Edmonton and Calgary and the interior of BC, isolated non-severe thunderstorms. And then southern Saskatchewan, some cells we're tracking stateside could bubble up tonight, and then Tuesday things could get a little bit more severe for us then. Our temperatures tomorrow. In Ontario right now, there are two areas of concern. Number one, over here in through northwestern Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie seeing a line of thunderstorms and the potential for hail between 1 to 2 centimeters in diameter. And here's the other area of concern towards Ottawa, moving in through Montreal. We've seen the storms today, and they could just continue through the overnight hours and for Tuesday too. Well, this morning we had quite a bit of rain around Trenton, 46 millimeters. Toronto saw it too. Lightning strikes, the rumblings of thunder and lightning all together produced 11 millimeters of rain at Pearson International Airport. So there's the risk of isolated storms in through the Nickel Belt, and particularly moving through southern Quebec. And for Tuesday, the risk of non-severe thunderstorms for us once again, eastern Ontario, southern Quebec. Temperature-wise, much more comfortable, fresher air mass in and around southern Ontario. 26 in Toronto, feeling closer to 30 when we factor in the humidity, and Ottawa, 23 degrees for you. In through the prairies, it's fairly calm and clear in through Manitoba. This green that's popping up on the radar, that is just ground clutter. The radar is picking up the moisture in the atmosphere. But here's where all the business is happening. Along the foothills of Alberta, around Red Deer, we're starting to see some pop-up thunderstorms. So a few cells already along the foothills, and they could produce some large-size hail and the heavy downpours, the gusty winds. And nocturnal thunderstorms around Edmonton and Calgary are possible, moving towards Saskatchewan in the overnight. And for Tuesday, Saskatchewan, the area marked in red, in through Brandon too, could be seeing some severe storms by then. Temperature-wise, 23 in through Saskatoon, 25 in through Winnipeg, Abbotsford, 18 degrees, and rainy tomorrow.